guys, it's Joss Allen from gak.co.uk here. Today with me I have...
James from Roland & Boss. I'm our in-store Roland product specialist.
Yeah. Today we're going to be checking out the Boss guitar synthesizer, the latest offering from the good chaps at Roland, the SY-300. So James, give us a rig rundown of this lovely piece of equipment.
Cool. So what we've got this really, really cool new chassis, similar to the DD500, with these soft buttons on the bottom, just because more functions with your feet than to fit on a duo compact or even single compact.
Yeah, sure.
So it makes sense. Nice big LCD screen there, and some really cool options for outputs as well. So we've got your main stereo output, which doubles up as if you're using obviously a guitar amp, mono output. You've got your left-hand side, which doubles up as your headphone output.
Okay.
And then you've also got a sub output as well. So if you want to integrate this into your pedal board and send certain parts of the pedal into your effects you already have, you can do that as well. MIDI in and out, expression pedal capabilities as well, and control pedals. So if you want to use like an FS6 or an FS7 or...
Okay, so sort of the whole expression side of things.
Yeah, and also kind of if you want to toggle between memories and not always be at the pedal, you can do stuff like that.
Sure.
And we've also got its own interface. So the USB part there going into a computer.
So like direct recording stuff?
Yeah, that's right. And it's at 44.1 sample rate. And
so like the difference between you hitting the string and it actually playing is almost like minimal.
Yeah, so hardly any latency. And we've got some other cool functions on there as well, which we'll go through. And we've got some really cool patches to show as well. Yeah,
so we've basically, we had a look through all the different patches because there's 70 presetted options.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's 70 options that we had to scroll through. And was it 99 user? So what's the difference between the presets and the user options?
So the presets are the sounds that come with the pedal.
Okay.
And then the users are where you can go in and build up your own sounds.
Cool.
And within that, you've got 3 oscillators.
Yeah. And
that you can stack those as well. So you've got 3 oscillators in there that you can layer up and change. So you've got triangle, saw, square, sine.
Cool, cool. So all the different types of different ones there.
And then you've also got envelope filters and such like that to edit with, and an LFO as well. So lots and lots of editable different types in there.
Cool. Sweet. So before we get down to the nitty gritty of picking through our favorite presets, as I said, we had a scroll through of all 70, some of the preset options and some of the user presets, and picked some of our favorite in terms of mixing it with the guitar sounds, predominantly used for a guitar, and obviously some synth sounds and some pad action in there as well. Let's have a look at our first one, which is, let's check out our guitar signal first. So this is just the clean direct into the DV Mark multi-amp. I'm taking 2 direct feeds out of the right and left on the DV Mark and going straight into my recording device. So you're hearing it not mic'd, but completely direct. So, what's the first one?
We've got Jazz Clean Plus, which is not really a synth sound. It's more geared towards, it's kind of introducing you in, so it's more of a guitar effect.
Okay.
So let's have a listen to that.
Let's have a listen to this one. So if I play jazzy chords.
We've also got a control switch which acts on every patch as well. So if we hear what it sounds like with that.
So what is it? So it changes it then, does it? Yes.
So you're hearing less of that pad sound.
Almost gives it just like a nice reverb and delay touch to it.
Yeah, you're hearing more of the guitar input signal.
the undertones of that pad coming in underneath when you activated the control. Yeah, nice little patch there. Usable. The good thing about the control clip is that it's usable within every function, so that you can really have sort of the two different styles that you play with. So you have more of a guitar-driven sound, and then it adds more of the whole sort of synthy, paddy sort of thing on the underneath, depending on what the control function does to the preset. So that one's a really cool one. So what we got next?
We have got Jimi Hendrix reincarnated.
The Jimi Hendrix reincarnation. Okay, let's see what this sounds like then.
So you can hear how awesome the tracking is on that.
Yeah, really, really good, really good. So what does the control function do on this preset? I guess that brings in some sort of like maybe octave thing that he would use.
Like wow, and a sequencer.
And also a sequencer on there. Now, obviously, we're not saying, Boss aren't saying that Jimi Hendrix ever used a sequencer on his pedal board, but it's just a nice touch to it to add a little bit of differentiation between the different preset options that you can choose from. Just makes it a lot more fun to play with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because even though the other preset it is the whole JH reincarnated thing, when you add the clip on and off, it just takes you into two different separate worlds of having just a guitar preset and then a really synthy sound. So it's really cool.
And what's even cooler is no GK through pickup.
Completely forgot that, completely forgot that we're actually doing that. I am literally guitar plugged into via guitar lead into the input and then straight out the output. There's no synth pickup, there's no any weird equipment that you need for the synth style stuff. This is literally guitar into pedal, pedal into the amplifier, and the tracking is outstanding, as you will hear on other preset options that we've chosen to go with.
In fact, let's kind of check out a more synth type lead sound.
Okay, cool. So what we got lined up?
We have got Pat's Heritage.
Pat's Heritage. Okay, I don't know what Pat it's talking about, but we'll see how Pat's Heritage sounds. So as you can see, so the tracking is impeccable.
Yeah,
you know, it
all
really
the vibrato,
is. Yeah, all the
quick
slight quarter tone bends. Very cool. So what's the control function? Yeah, really cool. Yeah, really cool little preset. I like that one. It's I don't know how to even explain it, how it sounds, but the whole cool thing about that is having the really aggressive, high-pitched, sort of almost octave thing going on with the lead work, and being able to track it perfectly, to having that really beautiful atmospheric side of things. I think they've really thought out how to make it as interesting as possible. So I mean, you've got what, 70 preset options there and user presets with all the control function. So you've got 2 times of everything that you can mess around with, really.
Yeah, and you can assign more control functions as well. So rather than just scrolling between the memories with these, you can have 3.
Yeah.
So you know, it's up to you how you assign those. because obviously it's got so many built-in effects in as well. And,
yeah.
So it's not just the one, but obviously on all of the presets that are in there, it is just one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure.
Let's check out kind of another type of synth lead sound, but this one's kind of a bass part, which is really cool.
So yeah, so this is the big bass section. So let's try the guitar signal clean again, just so you can hear the real difference between the two options. Now the big bass. So what does the control function do on this one? So just the bass, basically. Yep. This is my best impersonation of a bass guitar player, anyway. Cool. So that was the big bass. What is next on the list?
Some big dirty distortion.
Big dirty distortion. Big dirty distortion. So let's. Obviously, you can hear it scrolling through all the different settings there. So this is DJ James's Drop That Track section. Yeah. Right, anyway, so let's see what this sounds like. So this is user number 36, and it's called Drop That Track. Oh, dirty. So there you go. That is what's the control function do on this one? Oh, well, I remember this is like a latching. It's like a timed. So even though they all have the control function that are different between every preset option that you can choose from, some of them have got time-based functions as well. So for instance, this one, if I just play the note consistently and you hit the control button for me. So it seems to be random, to be honest.
Yeah.
In terms of what it does. So it creates almost like a lo-fi setting on that big dirty bass sound that you have there. That's definitely one of my favorites. I mean, it's so... Just dirty face forever.
Yeah.
Cool. So are we going to start moving into the realms of being a bit more pad-like synths sort of things?
Just before that, we're actually going to look at a sequenced kind of sound.
Okay.
And then we'll get onto the pads at the end.
So this one is the Mono Root King. So let's check this one out.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I guess on this one you're not gonna. It's like a lo-fi guitar signal coming through on this one. There's a lot going on there. That's crazy. There's a lot going on there. I mean, in terms of what you've got the sequencer there, it sounds like you've got the lo-fi signal there. The guitar is quite hidden underneath on that one, I think. So it is definitely more of a, like a really pronounced sort of, this is what the extremes of this pedal can do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? In terms of like, if you don't really want the guitar to be at the forefront, you can have something like this going on.
Let's check out some pads.
Okay.
We're going to show two that we kind of liked out of the two. The first one's Ocean Blue.
Ooh. So this is Ocean Blue. And the control function.
Still going.
Just reminds me of like early Final Fantasy sort of games.
Yeah.
Like. If you know what I mean. Yeah, so like that whole sort of almost like really early sort of lo-fi gaming sort of music that you can create out of these sort of things that are really... Yeah, really cool. Attractive.
Attractive.
Yes, it's an attractive sound. And what was the other one that you wanted to show me as well? So Dripstone Cave. Cool, and the control function? Oh, it adds distortion, right? So you can almost turn that one into like a lead preset. Huge.
What of it?
Yeah, huge, spacey, atmospheric, ethereal, you know, sort of sounds. All the words for size. But yeah, it's a really, really incredibly diverse pedal.
The important part about the pedal is building your own patches. And like I was mentioning earlier about the 3 oscillators and things like that. I'm quickly going to just show the menus on how to do that.
Cool, yeah, please, yeah.
So, for instance, with this Dripstone Cave, when you press that synth button, it's bringing up the edits that are in there.
Okay.
So one, if you don't actually know much about synthesis and you wanted to learn, you can go into the preset patches and see what's in there, so then you can kind of get an idea of what sounds do what.
Okay.
So if we go to a user bank, so if we go in here, so this has got no edits in, this select knob here actually doubles up, so when you press it in, it's a select as well. So here you've got your waveforms, and you can go through the different waveforms and the parameter controls for each. So this has got pitch and fine tuning, and if we go to like say pulse width, you can actually control how wide the pulse width is. And if we go back in, you've got, these are your envelope filters, your LFO control, LFO controls, the sequencer part, and here you can go in and it's a 16-part sequencer, so you can see listed here when I go through step 1 to 4, and then up to 16. And then you've also got, like, you can change the loop length lower if you wanted to.
Okay.
So what you can also do is you can reroute the oscillators into effects, and you can choose how to do that. So this is all 3 going into an effects patch here, or you can change. So if I scroll through, and you can see it gives you the actual chain of where it's going.
So you can start from the ground up. You can go from completely bare bones of whatever preset you've chosen, and then completely change it and dial it into something that you want.
Exactly that. So you can go through here, stack the oscillators, go in, and then here you can select your effects, and then it goes right through all the way to here. So you can have either certain effects on certain oscillators and then like a master effect. So you could put, like, if you wanted reverb on everything, at the end. Or you can do it the other way around, reverb first and then whatever. And then you've got your output selections here, so you can have your sub output and main output. So it basically builds from the guitar through the oscillators to the effects and then to your outputs. And that's essentially it, really. It also takes, and there's a couple of videos cropping up of bass players trying out as well.
Sure.
Obviously because it's just the line input. And that's pretty much everything about the pedal, really.
Cool. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed our demo on the SY-300. I've been Joss from gak.co.uk, and I've been the pleasure of having James with me from Roland. Once again, James is in store basically full-time now, so if you have any questions on any Roland products, ranging from pedals to drums to keyboards to anything Roland, please give the store a call and talk to him about anything, and he'd be happy to help. If you want to ask me any questions, feel free to comment below the video that we put up for this demo, as well as check out the RV6 demo me and James did, and the DD500 as well, that my colleague Luke was definitely having a good little deep view into. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the demo, guys. Cheers, thank you for watching.
Cheers.